shoot. I'll get you next.
How did you guys start, since you had mentioned the Bulette, how did you start evolving the kind of creature menagerie?
Good question. Good question. Excellent question. Before D&D, nobody knew what a bugbear looked like. That was just a harem scarum word from England. You know, just like, you know, creepy crawly or woolly buggers or whatever. And Gary's imagination just says, well, okay, an orc must look like this, and the majority of the Monster Manual was created, you know, by other people than me. The only one I can take complete thing is the Bulette, and that was an accident. Back in those days, but before computer printing, we used actual negatives for ads and stuff. Well, one of the negatives got destroyed en route, and I did not have enough time to have it shipped another one before I had to go to the printer. You know, this came in destroyed on Friday, and I was going to the printer Monday morning. So Saturday night, I'm writing along, and Friday I went into Gary. The Rust Monster, all those iconic early monsters were a bag of plastic monsters from Hong Kong. They have been pirated. I have the little Bulette, to use an example, in 3 different sizes, colored exactly the same. Every time somebody decided to make it, they'd mold off the last one. Of course, molds shrink, so you can just watch it diminish in size. So I went to Gary with a bag of monsters because I thought, oh, Jesus. Well, I was going to start a creature feature the next month, which was the one that came in issue 2. I already had it, but I needed it in issue 2. So I decided, all right, Gary, which one? And then I pointed the bag, and he said, well, you know, because there's only a couple left that even looked, even for fantasy, like we could do something with them. He says, that one's only appeared twice. And he pointed at, we call it the Bulette. And the only thing it had ever done is it run down the hallway and knocked everybody off their feet a couple of times. And I said, okay. Now, there was a lot of anti-French sentiment pervading in the United States at this point in time. We like to mock everything French. So I thought, it's a bullet, huh? No, the French would call it a Bulette. And so it became the Bulette. And as it happened, somebody said something about Dwarven pack horses being the best in the world because they could carry more and they didn't need light. And I don't know if it was an article Gary wrote or something. And all of a sudden, the world of D&D is being overrun by Dwarven pack horses. So I said, I need a monster that eats horses. Okay? Because that's what we would do. We would create a monster that would prey on some aspect of the game that we thought was running amok. You know, too much magic? Fine. We'll go make something really hideous that homes in on magic and eats your brain. You know, make you think twice next time. Saturday Night Live was on. This was a period of time during the Jaws craze. And Saturday Night Live did Jaws takeoffs with the Candy Grin. And you'd hear the music in the background. And that night he goes, land shark. And it clicked, and I said, oh shit, that's his common name. That's what happens. And you can, and then his sail was visible as he's burrowing along like a giant mole. It just all fell into place. From stupid, disparate sources as Saturday Night Live's kept in a stupid little plastic figure.